Welcome to this short video on how to manage exam-related stress. So just a few beginning points on how to manage stress, especially during exam time. Number one, don't underestimate the importance of the breath as a first aid measure to manage stress, especially stress in the present moment. Try to set an alarm on your phone to engage 2-minute breathing sessions hourly. Get your body used to regular, healthy breathing. Prior to sleep, engage 5 minutes of healthy breathing and then try to engage in a pre-rehearsal of you starting your exam in a calm and controlled manner. Then number 4, calm your body as well as your mind by enhancing your awareness of it and any local tension. For example, enhanced tension in your shoulders or any other large muscle groups. And we can do this by using a practice called the body scan. So let's look at the breathing process itself and how we can use breathing to help regulate stress, and especially stress during exam time. And I'm sure many of you will be aware of the respiratory sinus arrhythmia, where when we inhale, we can activate the sympathetic nervous system, which accelerates the heart rate. Conversely then, when we exhale, we activate the ventral vagus nerve, which decreases the heart rate. And why is this so important? Well, it's really important, especially during stress, to help regulate the fight or flight or sympathetic nervous response, including the production of adrenaline. And we can use the breath to help us manage this process. And we do this by the simple act of breathing itself with an overemphasis on the exhalation, where we try to activate the parasympathetic nervous system and the ventral vagus nerve in particular. So the type of breathing that I would recommend that you engage in via this app here on the left is 5161 breathing. Now you might be familiar with lots of different types of breathing. But the one I want to recommend to you is one where there is an overemphasis, as I said, on the exhalation. And in this particular case, what we have are 5 seconds of inhalation, hold the breath for 1 second, 6 seconds of exhalation, hold the breath for 1 second again, and repeat the process over and over again as you breathe. I'd recommend that you download one of these free apps onto your phone, whether that's an Android or an Apple device, or you can actually engage this website here, which will also give you access to a free breath pacer. For those of you who have Fitbit devices or Apple devices, such as an Apple Watch, you'll also have this particular app on your device, on your wearable device. So why again should you engage in this type of breathing? Again, remember, this is about balancing the parasympathetic and the sympathetic responses in terms of managing your stress response to send a signal to your brain to actually calm and relax, and particularly to limit the fight or flight stress response itself. Now, if you find that the 5161 breathing is either too short or too long for you, it makes you uncomfortable, you can use these pacer apps to generate a pattern that's more balanced for you. But the point here is that you still maintain the overemphasis on the exhalation to activate the parasympathetic nervous system or the ventral vagus nerve itself. So another really important thing that you can do in terms of preparing yourself for exams and trying to limit exam-related stress is to engage in nightly pre-rehearsal. So what do I mean by this? So this is a very simple process that you can do, and I recommend that you start doing this around 7 days before your first exam starts, and you follow the following bedtime routine. So first of all, you engage in 5 minutes of the healthy breathing that we described in the previous slide, using any one of the breath pacer apps, or you can use your own pacing itself. But I think initially it's probably easier to use a breath pacer app so that it can do the work for you and you can follow it yourself. So as you're lying in bed, you can engage healthy breathing in order to calm down your breathing process and your heart rate, and remember to engage the parasympathetic nervous system response. And once that 5 minutes is up and you're in a relatively calm space, then you close your eyes again. Hopefully you're lying in bed at this state. And then what I want you to do is to physically smile. And why do I ask you to physically smile in this context? So that again, you can activate your ventral vagus nerve and in turn your social engagement system, which allows you to rest and recuperate, but also to relax, to send the important signals to your brain that you're in a calm and happy space. And I also want you in this process to actually picture yourself smiling. So picture your own face smiling in your mind's eye, as well as actually physically smiling in the real world. So remember, physically smile, but also picture your face smiling in your mind as you're engaging this process. And this is really important, and research would show, as I've mentioned here, that this activates the ventral vagus nerve and your social engagement system, which helps you relax. Once you're in this calm state, and remember you're smiling, I want you to conjure up the exam setting. So hopefully you'll have an idea of where you're going to conduct this specific exam. Think of the room that you'll be doing this in. Think of the color of the walls, color of the floors. Are they wooden floors? Are they tiled floors? Are they carpeted floors? What sort of smells might you find in here? What sort of textures can you find in the chair that you're sitting on? Is it a wooden chair? Is it a plastic chair? Are there wooden tables? What type of textures, smells, colors? What's the setting itself? Conjure up and be very, very specific. And I want you to place yourself in this specific chair, again, smiling in your mind's eye, but also physically smiling as you continue to breathe normally. And remind yourself of how calm you feel in this setting. And then I want you to conjure up somebody placing an exam paper on the table in front of you as you sit in a calm and happy setting. Again, all the while smiling. And I'd like you to do this every night for 7 nights leading up to your exams, and also throughout the entire exam period itself. When you engage in this kind of mental pre-rehearsal, you're actually exposing your mind to the stressful response, and you're desensitizing yourself to this stressful response as your mind and your body exists in a calm and pleasant and happy space as you lie in bed. Then finally, it's important to not just engage in exercise during this period, as I'm sure you're well aware of, including proper diet, but it's also important to help you relax the body as well as the mind. And I would strongly recommend that you engage this practice called the body scan. And the body scan is a very, very useful guided technique, but you can also do it yourself. But I would recommend at this point that you engage the guided examples that we'll provide for you during this short video. The body scan can help the body calm during anxiety, stress, pain, frustration, and discomfort. And it also prepares the mind, excuse me, for meditation. And it's very, very useful for insomnia, which might increase during this exam period. I would recommend that you engage the body scan practice in the morning time and in the evening time, or any time that you actually feel stress in your body, especially if you feel tension in your shoulders or back or large muscle groups. I provided a link that we have at the Center for Positive Psychology and Health that you can access for free down here. And really what the process entails is bringing your attention to the toes of your left foot and gradually moving up through your body until you finish at the top of your head and the scalp. And again, it's about enhancing awareness of the body, consciously relaxing any tension that you might find there prior to engaging in something like your breath pacer app or that healthy breathing that we were discussing in the previous slides. So I would strongly recommend that you engage in this project or this practice as well, because it's really important that you balance in terms of the body and the mind, in terms of relaxation and trying to reduce stress, especially around exam time. You can also have a look at a number of our free meditations that we have on our website, which is linked to the RCSI website here. And in particular, I would recommend that you check out a number of specific meditations to help you with exam related stress. And they include meditations related to acceptance, what we call choosing an anchor, which is the basic meditation practice, and meditation to help you sleep. So if you've used meditations before, perhaps you've used the Headspace app, these meditations are quite similar. They will guide you into the main practice and help you relax. That's if you like the meditative practices for stress reduction. And for information on the Center for Positive Psychology and Health, you can check us out on the website here. Thank you.